Howdy gang, I'm in Gretna, Nebraska here. Just got parked. Happened to find a rest area that I can park at because I know all the truck stops are full already. So, but it's kind of a nice rest area actually. Got a lot of picnic tables and pavilions and stuff like that. So, not much going on. I'm bringing this unit that I got. It's a park model out of Indiana. It's going to Wyoming, western Wyoming, a town called Thean, which is just south of Jackson, Wyoming. So I think when I get done, I'm going to wind up going through the Tetons on the way home. That should be pretty cool. So not much else going. I'll tell you what, here's what's going on out here. It's getting busy. A lot of people getting back to doing what they're doing. And the roads are busy, and I guess that's a good thing because to get back some normality, normalcy. Now, I came out of Indiana, I got a message from a friend who drives a coach up to between Lafayette, Indiana and Chicago O'Hare and back, right? And she got an alert from someone saying that at 4 p.m. today they were going to shut down the interstate to allow for protesters to, I guess, walk all over the interstate. So, I'm like, well, she was asking everyone to pray for her, so I did. A lot of people did. And she, by the way, did make it back through there without any problems before it all started. But yeah, as I got closer to that area, the CB, I was on the radio and there was a lot of talk about it. So definitely it was something that was going to happen. And as I went through that area, I could see the state patrol and local law enforcement lining up, getting ready to shut down some ramps and so forth to prevent traffic from going through there. Now, seems to me that people standing in the interstate is not really protesting. Protesting is when you have a picket line, you got your signs, you're standing in front of an establishment, but you go down and you go blocking interstate commerce and interstate travel, and you threaten people's lives, and they already are freaked out enough as it is with all the riots going on. But people drive into an area where there's 500 people that want to jump up on their truck or in their car. That's nothing short of domestic terrorism, and it should not be allowed. And these weak governors ought to be standing up for the people and letting these protesters or rioters or whatever know this is not going to be tolerated in our state. And I believe South Dakota did that, from what I hear. And they moved on. They said, okay, well, I guess we can't do anything about it, right? So, but I don't know what is going on with this country that has brought us to a point where we have to displace everybody in the country for the sake of people that want to riot, or people that have some sort of entitlement mentality that they're entitled to go stand on a freaking freeway. Got a real problem with that. So these people really ought to go stand in a line to get a job like the rest of us have and start contributing to society. I did hear that, this is on David Webb yesterday, someone had called in who has a couple of kids, a daughter and a son, that were going to check out these protests, and they were approached by people with contracts that they were offering them a contract to protest in other towns, and that they would be paid according to the performance that they did during the protests, to whatever their performance was. Now, what kind of protest is that where someone's paying you to go out and do that? And who are these people that are going and paying people to do this? And where's this contract? David Webb, if you have this, because the guy emailed it to you, you should post it, because we'd like to know who this contract is buying between. Obviously, it's between the person that they're approaching and some organization, right? Who is that organization? How come we're allowing this stuff? Why aren't we arresting people? This is our country. And it's being divided by thugs. And these paid protesters that go out and start stirring up all this trouble, and then they get all the locals involved in it, and the locals are now trapped in it because these other ones sit out and just watch it all burn down. Watch all these towns burn down, and suddenly all these other people now have a record. It's pretty pathetic. Now, I did hear that China is having some protest issues too, and what they're doing is they are hosing people down with dyed water, so when they get hit by it, they turn blue or whatever. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea, to be able to track who is involved in this stuff, that who was there after curfew participating in this onslaught of rioting. They should be hosed down, they should be marked, and they should be arrested and incarcerated, period. We got to take our country back, people. This is just another play at destroying society in this country to bring us into some probably global order, destroying the economy. How much more curfew are you going to take? And then we have Minneapolis, where all this whole thing started. Have Minneapolis that have National Guard and local law enforcement walking through a seemingly peaceful town. And they're following an armored vehicle. And they see some people sitting on their own porch, and they start yelling at them to get in their house, because this is a curfew. Get in your house, get in your house. Okay, light them up. And then they start shooting them with paint canisters. I'm sorry, people, that is BS. If these law enforcement and military or National Guard or whatever want to be helpful, go down to where the riots are and be a man and leave these peaceful people alone. Now, someone might say, well, some of these people are taking up refuge on people's porches and stuff. Listen, I saw these videos. There's nothing going on in these streets. There's no reason to have military even coming down these streets. People can police their own neighborhood, I think, as long as they use wisdom. I just think the whole thing is BS. I'm really getting sick and tired of the people that are trying to destroy this country. Anyway, that's about it. I got an alert coming through Council Bluffs into Omaha today, just a little while ago. It was at like 8:30, 8:39 or whatever. Big alert goes off my phone. Curfew is in effect right now. And I'm like, I'm out here driving down the road. What am I supposed to do? I see all these signs that say, be smart, do your part, stay 6 feet apart. And I'm just like, 6 feet apart, whatever. But if there was a curfew, why aren't they on those advisory signs? So I don't know, I don't get it. I do see people trying to destroy the fabric of this society. And I'll tell you what, there's going to be a reckoning coming, because people are only going to take so much of this stuff. So, all right, it's getting pretty dark here. I don't think any way I turn makes it brighter. So I'm gonna sign off here. Anyway, try and update you from Wyoming. Maybe in front of the cool Tetons. All right. Anyway, that's about it. God bless. We'll see ya. Bye.